Is Need for Speed Heat dead? That's a question that's been revolving around the NFS community for quite some time now, and after months of speculation and news coming out about Ghost Games and Criterion, today we're going to talk about why Need for Speed Heat is dead. What's up guys, my name is Jordy and welcome back to Need for Speed Heat. Now this has been brewing for quite some time. I was planning to make this video as far back as January, and I'm pretty pissed off to be honest, because in the last week, if you've been around the NFS community, you'll know that Straight Up Hippo and LP Ripper 24 have already made videos on this topic. So I've had to change my video idea pretty much completely in the last week, a video that I've been planning for a few months, but Hippo already made it, so there's just no point in reiterating the same thing. Now, Hippo went pretty in depth, but he only went in for like 10 minutes, and this video is more of a response to LP Ripper 24 anyway. He made a video the other day titled Need for Speed Heat is not dead, in response to Straight Up Hippo. I do not agree with this, and that's pretty difficult to say because I love this game. I love Need for Speed Heat. I play this game all the time, but as a person who plays this game all the time, as a person who has been around and kept an eye on the Need for Speed Heat community, obviously I have, I'm part of it. I make videos on this. I've not gone 1 week. I'm pretty sure I have not gone 1 week since launch where I haven't uploaded at least 1 or 2 Need for Speed Heat videos, you know? So, yeah, I feel like I'm very much entitled to an opinion, seeing as I play this almost every day or every couple of days, you know? So, in the last 2 hours, I've listed off every single problem I could think of off the top of my head about the game. If there's more, feel free to comment below. If I'm able to fit my entire notepad of all this into the description, I will. So go look at that straight away if you know you have the opportunity. So whatever. I hope everyone's doing fine in this quarantine. I've not been able to live stream for quite a bit, although I think I am going to be able to. The internet's been more than fine, so I'll probably get back to live streaming Need for Speed Heat soon. Anyway, it's time to get into this, folks. This video has been brewing for a while, and after certain events with Ripper and Hippo, I've decided to change this video concept to why Need for Speed Heat is dead. And I have a full fucking notepad of why it's dead. Yeah, I've got a whole notepad called Problems with Need for Speed Heat. So, obviously, we're going to start with the no-brainer. The one that everybody mentions. Speed lists. It's not available at launch. Oh my god. Why is that still not available? I try my hardest to avoid that topic in my normal videos on this game, but I always seem to mention it at least once or twice. If you watch my Need for Speed Heat content, you will know that I always mention the game needs speed list, and it's after every time I say this game is phenomenal as well. I cannot say what I want to say, which is what the game is great. The game is absolutely amazing, but I can't say that without saying but it needs PvP/speed lists right afterwards. It's a no-brainer. I don't have to talk about it. Everybody's already talked about it. It's PvP. All the reasons right there. PvP. And I'll go later. The main reason for that, I'll explain later on. So the first nail in the coffin, really, was all the way at the launch of the game, really. The cover car. The one you are seeing right now. The Polestar 1. What a shitty car this is. And I'm not talking about the Polestar 1 in general. I love the Polestar. I love the concept of it. I love the body kit on it. I feel like it looks absolutely amazing, but the performance is garbage. So my first thing on this list, other than speed list, is Polestar hero car is a poor excuse of a hero car. Joe, the guy who drives the Polestar at the beginning of the game, he ditches Anna. How is he a hero? He runs off. He says he's going back to Ventura, and this car, like, that's after this car gets thrown into the ocean. Like, he drives it off the ocean pretty much. How is Joe a hero? Why is it called a hero car? What is the importance of this car? Ghost, you really think, or Criterion, I don't know. Well, it's Ghost because they made the game. You really think you could get away with calling this a hero car just because it has a nice body kit on it? No, that's not how it works. Look at 2015. Why does Magnus Walker's RSR, why is his RSR so important? Because he's an icon. Why is Nakai-san's RSR so important? Because he's a customization icon. Morohoshi is a Japanese icon. I think he's Japanese. I don't know, but he's definitely an icon. And do I even need to talk about Ken Block's Hoonicorn? No, I do not. Just look up Hoonigan and you will see exactly everything I mean. If you haven't heard of him, you must be living under a rock if you're interested in Need for Speed and you do not, interested in cars in general and you don't know who Ken Block is. Update, the second nail in the coffin was update 1.03. Oh my god. I think it was 1.03. It was the one right before the hero car. Polestar, this Polestar, Joe's Polestar, got added for everybody in the dealership. The update before that one, it was horrible. Traffic was, like, if you think it's bad now, it was twice as bad in that update. Some people might know what I'm talking about. God knows how I beat the game in that update as well. I think I beat the game in that update. I don't know. But, like, 100%. And that brings me on to my next point. Well, it will bring me on to my later point, honestly. I want to go in order so I don't confuse myself. But yeah, update 1.03 completely broke the game. There were bugs galore. It was horrible. A big problem for me is there are more events in Need for Speed 2015 than there are in Need for Speed Heat. There's more on that later. I'll go in depth on that later. But here's a big problem with this game that I do not like. Police! They were nerfed. Police were nerfed and do not pose a threat whatsoever until Heat Level 5. You will see later on in this video, at Heat Level 5, the police actually pose a little bit of a threat. And even then, they're almost bloody brain dead. Like, I don't know why they would nerf them. The cops were easily the best part of this game. You got on Heat Level 3 and you were near cops, you were fucked. I barely got onto Heat Level 3 onwards, in my original story playthrough, my you know, when I first played the game. I didn't even get to Heat Level 5 unless it was a mission, you know? Other than that, I skedaddled back into the garage and took what I could, you know? It was amazing. The cops were great. Maybe they were a little bit too difficult at Heat Level 3, but still, there was like no need whatsoever to change that. Whatever. Later on in this video, I'm going to talk about the Porsche Cayman GT4 and the BMW M4 GTS. How they were in previous games for customization. Yeah, do not have customization in this game besides the wheels. Oh, and the lots behind collectibles. I'm going to rant about that more later when the footage appears on screen. Same with the Speed Traps collectibles. The McLaren 600 LT is a lookalike of the 570S, let's be real. Which, that car is in Payback and 2015. Yet the 600 LT has no customization. What is the point of 100% in the game? Because all the collectible cars, you cannot customize them at all. And the 600 LT, I haven't even driven it yet. I've never even bought that car since I unlocked it, bro. Clipping issues. This is a big issue, especially if you use grip parts. Cars get propelled from the surface, break the bloody physics, and go flying like a fucking helicopter propeller. Like, no, that's not how it works. The story. Now, this was the very first complaint that happened. The story is too short. Just under 2 hours long, if you combine it all together. And, that is horrible. 2 hours long! And Kuru beat that. Of course, it's Kuru. He's a speedrunner. He beats every Need for Speed ever. But 2 hours! I think it was like 1 hour 47 minutes. And he did that on hard difficulty. What on earth? I don't even... Ugh, don't even get me started. Players with an unstable Wi-Fi connection go through checkpoints in their own game, and it does not count it. A glitch that has been in since 2015. TJ has been dealing with this a lot more than I have, but the other week I dealt... I think it was the other week? Well, the first week of the quarantine I dealt with this, and it was horrible. I barely wanted to play the game afterwards. It was horrible, and it really puts you off. And it happens offline as well. If you suddenly if you suddenly lose internet connection, even if you're playing solo, if you suddenly lose connection to the EA servers, the game's gonna glitch out. It's horrible. Even though that itself is pretty rare. Well, it's not actually rare. It's just when you're playing solo. You know, I've just said it. But basically, there's another one. When falling off of a high vantage point, players are sometimes teleported back to the main garage, even if they're on the other side of the map. And a lot of you might not know this. You'll obviously know about this glitch. I'm pretty sure you should. This glitch has been around since 2015. I'm not even joking. Even though, like, I know it's pretty rare because there wasn't a lot of high vantage points to fall off of in 2015. But if you somehow got, like, knocked off the motorway or something, sometimes it would literally teleport you back to the main garage. That has only happened to me once in 2015, but it's happened to me quite a few times in this game, obviously, because there's a lot more high points to fall off. Like, the highest point of the mountains at Cloudbank. If you fall off of that, you're going to go back to the main garage. If there's a waterfall near Fort Callahan, you fall into that, you're going to go in back to the garage as well sometimes. Customizations on certain hero cars, on certain cars, like the Polestar. You can't, come on. You have to agree with me here. I, among so many other people, bought the Polestar and was hoping that the hero car had those customizations were on, you know, the stock Polestar, that, you know, we could put them on. Now, I do like the Polestar customizations that are on there regardless, but we should have the KS kits on there as well. That's actually one thing I didn't put on. Oh, that's one thing I haven't put in my list that I'm just going to improvise with right now. The KS cars. Literally, we can't even change the wraps. Like, why? There's a CPU player in this game that has a full black matte wrap on the KS body kit car with different rims. We can't even do that. So, what's your reason, Ghost? Or Criterion? What is the reasoning behind that, you know? Because we can, the AI can fucking do it, but we can't? Like, what? Anyway, but yeah, customizations of Anna's 350Z aren't available for players, neither is her car itself. Honestly, I was hoping to get Anna's 350Z along with the Hero Polestar. There's personally more emotional attachment to her car than there is to the Hero Polestar. I'm sorry, but that's what makes hero cars work. That's why they're called hero cars. Even Eddie's Skyline could be called a hero car, whatever. Rachel's 350Z as well, because they have emotional attachment. Eddie's Skyline was the main, Eddie was the main villain of Underground. That's why that car meant a lot. Rachel, our first real look at amazing customization in Underground 2. You could make a car like that. That's what that message was. And the M3 GTR in Most Wanted. Do I need to go into that? Do I really need to go into that? Come on. Reaching crew level 50 gets you a Ferrari FXXK that you can do no customization to. Despite Need for Speed being a game about customization, why couldn't the reward be something like that? Now, I get it if you're a YouTuber. Obviously, it's going to be pretty easy to get, but for people like me, it's pretty rare. Okay, now we're on to the Cayman. Let's be real. Racer challenges. What happened to them? I barely even noticed they were a thing when I played the story, and when I noticed, I'd already beaten it. I'd already finished. Yeah, Speed Traps, 600 LT. I've mentioned it already. It's basically the 570S with no customization. It's garbage. The Cruise, max it out, you get the FXXK Evo. I've just spoken about that. Look, that KS Evo has no wrap on it. Why can't we do that? The Street Art 370Z Nismo. I mean, I don't mind the Nismos. I like the Nismos. I don't think you'd want to change them anyway. Long jumps. You get the Huracan Performante Spider. Honestly, I'd love to do customizations on it. Someone modded the game. Godzilla modded the game, and you were able to do it on PC if you got that mod. The Cayman GT4 and the M4 GTS. The Cayman GT4 has been in the fucking game since 2015. Where's the fucking customization? Where is that gone? The M4 GTS was on payback. Where's the customization gone? Look at it. They've even took the fucking spoiler off the car, which I'll go in depth into. Look, the spoiler's gone. In the recent black market update, the spoiler has completely fucking disappeared. I'll look this up right now. The Porsche Cayman GT4, and I will show you guys I will literally show you guys what it looks like. Because it's wrong now. I don't know who decided this, but it's stupid. Why would you take the spoiler off in the last recent update, you know? It's so dumb. Look at that. You see that? That's a spoiler. Do you see that spoiler? Why has that been removed? It's literally in the last 2 games, and it is not in this one. And there's no customizations whatsoever. And do you know where they are? In my Porsche Cayman Conspiracy episode, they're all on the GTS. Look at that. That is atrocious. And they have the fucking gall to tell you in the codex that, oh, collect all the flamingos and you could get a special edition Porsche Cayman G. What is special edition about this? The only thing special about this is the fucking retards who thought it a good idea to take all the customization off it and then offer it up as a collectible reward. That took me 3 fucking hours in one live stream. 3 fucking hours to collect all the flamingos. For what? For a car I can't even fucking customize. And it's the same with the M4 GTS by getting through all the billboards or whatever it was. It's so fucking... It was the Drift Trials, I'm pretty sure. So fucking dumb, man. Whoever thought of that? You're a dickhead. Honestly. I'm so angry. Look at the M4 GTS customization rating. 2 out of 10. What is that? That is stupid. Honestly, so fucking stupid. And how am I the only person who's fucking realised this? I paid full price for this game. And the Cayman GT4 is one of my favourite cars. And I get this in every Need for Speed game possible. I got this in 2015 and I made it. Hell, you can look at my Instagram. I literally have a photo of the Cayman GT4 with a body kit on it. It has its own Need for Speed fucking design in Need for Speed 2015. Why is it not in the game? The ZR1, it's a pretty cool car. Modified Grand Sport, I don't mind it. I love the ZR1 personally. But you don't need it. You could put an engine swap in a Grand Sport. That'll make it like the ZR1, so whatever. The GTR, why is that in the game? Nobody uses it. I like it myself, but I wouldn't miss it if it got removed. The Nismo, everybody loves Nismo cars. Let's be real, we can just skip past that. The Turbo S exclusive, why is that? Who cares? Wow, it's exclusive to the game. Who cares? Look, it literally looks like the 570S. That's the 600 LT. I'll show you the 570S. Boom. It literally looks the exact fucking same. What is so special about the 600 LT, other than the fact it's the newer model, you know? What is the actual point in that? I don't understand. We've got the Huracan Performante. It's a fucking sick car. Let's be real. Everyone loves the Performante. The Testarossa. Why is that in the game? Apparently this had custom... It actually did. No. Godzilla modded the game. You could at least mod the headlights on the Testarossa. Can't do that. 488 Pista. I didn't like this at first because it's a Ferrari. I didn't really like it too much. I sold it. But, I mean, look at that front bumper, man. Look at it. It's just absolutely amazing. SVJ Aventador. I don't mind it. It's a pretty cool car. I won't mind if it wasn't in the game, though. And there's the Polestar Hero Edition. It's a poor excuse for a hero car. The P1 GTR, it's alright. You can't make it grip though. Although I have a bit of an emotional attachment to the P1 GTR because I got my first million rep milestone at night. I was actually one of the first people to make a video on it. Unfortunately, I didn't get too many views there because there were too many people who did it at that point. And everyone, you know, whatever. And also I'm a small YouTuber, so I don't get on the algorithm as much as bigger ones would. And then the FXXK is for people like me, if you wanted to start your own crew right off from scratch, is the rarest car in the game. I have not used it since I 100%ed the game, since that 100% episode. Okay, back onto the list. Grip parts on certain cars, the McLaren GTR and the BMW M3 E92, or the 2010 M3, if you don't know, it's called the E92. For example, drift. Sometimes, regardless of traction control. You might not know about the E92, but if you want to know about that, look at Straight Up Hippo's Gary lap time video that he did with the McLaren GTR, McLaren P1 GTR. Honestly, it was so broken. It was, I don't even know. Anyway, custom racers in all drive from Need for Speed Payback aren't in Heat. Why? Why? That was one of the best things ever. One of the best things they ever added to all drive in Payback. Since Rivals, since Ghost started working on it. Unfortunately, it's not in Heat, which doesn't make sense. Off-road races, still in the game, despite negative feedback in Payback. Who asked for off-road races? I love the off-road races in this game. I think they're so fun. But do I think they should be in the game? No, they shouldn't be in the game. You imagine how much better this game could have been if they didn't work on off-road. Imagine if instead of working on off-road... Oh, no way. Maybe they could have worked on speed lists. Whoa, ravishing. There's no way. There is no way and a 17-year-old like me can come up with that idea. I'm never ever going to make a game in my life. I'm not even smart enough to make a game. But even I can think of, wouldn't that be better? Oh, let's use PvP instead of making completely new off-road physics. Because they had to, you know, off-road uses a different type of physics, obviously. I feel really sorry for the physics team who had to work on off-road, because the game engine, quite frankly, doesn't work for off-road. It's so fucking obvious with your clipping issues. Why? With it, you know, instead of working on the off-road physics, maybe you could have worked on the physics of the actual fucking game, instead of clipping through the actual fucking wall and falling into the fucking abyss. And, oh, dude, like, why? Majority of cars from Need for Speed 2015 and Payback do not have new customization besides spoilers and wing mirrors. The wing mirrors, they're cool. And who doesn't like the Big Country Lab spoilers? Absolutely amazing. I love the side spoilers, but other than that, there's nothing. Hippo made a suggestion a few months back. Every car having a little tiny bit wider fender option. That would be nice. I would love that. Anna's 350Z has a little wider fender than the normal 350, and it looks amazing. Why can't we have that, you know? Ferrari customization from previous games removed after first patch. I didn't know about this at first, and I probably never would have known if I wasn't a person who looked at Need for Speed's Instagram comments a lot to see how people are complaining about the game. And I saw quite a few months ago they were saying that this one dude says, oh, why don't you update the game instead of removing customizations from Ferraris, you know? And I did a little research, found Godzilla's video on it, and yeah, voila, I found out Ferrari customization has been removed. If I go to Heat's first patch, you can find Ferrari customization stuff. Obviously I can't do it on this account now since I have the Black Market DLC, and it would just break my save data and stuff. Drag races aren't in the game, period, despite drag tires existing in the game. What is the point of drag tires existing? You know, I find this so fucking funny. Do you know what the main use for drag tires are in the game? It's fucking drifting. What? How on earth is that a thing? How on earth can you drift using drag tires? Just what? I don't even understand that. You know, going along with the Black Market DLC, the latest one, which is the first one, by the time of recording, I'm recording this on the 2nd of April, I think. Is it the 2nd of April? Yes, Thursday, 2nd of April, and we're probably gonna go into the 3rd of April in this recording. But anyway, in the recent Black Market DLC, it has broken the wrap editor slightly, particularly with the Evo 10. Wraps don't even appear on the Evo 10. I ended up just selling my Evo 10 because I couldn't bother with it. Oh, and there's another problem I didn't put down. The wrap limits, man. Oh my god, it's still 52. You can still only make 52 wraps. Now, you know, it was a little inconvenience in 2015, but since Payback, they've added so many new cars compared to 2015, and you're telling me the wrap limit is still 52? Do you realize how small that is? Especially if you play it as much as I have. I have almost 80 cars in this game, and only 52 of them can have wraps. That is so dumb. Honestly, it's fucking, what, 4 years now? 5 years, it's 2020. So, you'd think we could have bigger, you know, wrap limits, but I guess not. I guess that's too difficult for EA, for fuck's sake. Way too much traffic outside of the city, man. It makes night races an absolute pain, and the city feels mostly lifeless, as most of the population are out in the countryside or in the port. Even in the port, look how much traffic are on this road that my Cayman's driving on. Oh, and I'm using this Cayman as an example. Where's the spoiler on this? Where's the customization? I'm going to mention this every fucking time, especially when that Porsche Unleashed Black Market crate comes out, whatever. I'm going to go ham talking about this. If I don't see the spoiler back on this car in the next update, oh my god, I'm going to be pissed off. I'll make a whole video on it, because this is my favourite Porsche, and you're ruining it. But whatever. Police in the night sometimes don't even appear on screen and can seemingly hit the player out of thin air. That is dumb. It's even worse with rhinos. Actually, it was a problem with rhinos in Payback. They would just spawn right in front of you. But, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like, they don't even spawn in correctly, you know? If that's a problem, just don't spawn them in the first place, you know? Because it makes players rage so hard. I am one of the very few YouTubers to not even have an attempt at the rep world record yet. My highest is 2.5 million. And that was when I was going for low targets. So when I start trying to go for that world record, which I'm going to end up doing because I'm going to have no more content in the game pretty soon. And I've done almost 100 videos now. But once I start going after that world record, I'm going to start experiencing invisible police, and it's going to, you know, be infuriating. And another thing with the nighttime cops, or daytime, I don't know if they spawn spike strips, but they cause too much damage. Spike strips cause way too much damage. I think they take out like a whole quarter of your health, or in some ways half, and that goes into my next, no, the damage bar. It's unstable, and whether the player hits the cop or the cop hits them, the player usually comes off worse, meaning it's unbalanced. Why? Why would you bring back such a pivotal part of the game with the damage bar? It was a pivotal part of Rivals. It didn't work there, and it doesn't work here. I mean, granted, it's a very, very, very good idea, but you haven't executed it properly. It's really unbalanced, the damage bar is. I mean, I've got a pretty cool cop chase going on right now, but this is as difficult as it gets, really. All I have to do is reverse away from him in an alley, you know. I mean, sometimes you can get some really difficult pursuits, and it gets really good. And that's why I cut off this Porsche recording eventually, because this night actually ends up being really good. So I'll upload that content probably, I don't know, we'll see. But I'll definitely keep the recording. I took a photo with the Porsche earlier, so I'll have that as a thumbnail. It was a pretty good night with this Porsche, so, you know, I recorded some different content for the end. Anyway, the game in general is way too easy, even on hard difficulty, especially when the player's car is 350 onwards, never mind 400 plus. The game is way too easy. It's been way too easy since 2015. Granted, it's harder than 2015, don't get me wrong. 2015 was a piss easy game, and at least you can make it more difficult in this, but my god. Don't even get me started. The only thing hard difficulty even fucking changes is the drift stats. You know, the drift targets. It's the only thing it changes. It's so dumb. Time Savers Pack. This is so dumb. Should have been released at launch, not 3 months later, when the vast majority of the player base had already beaten the game already. Come on. I beat the game in, what, late November? It was either late November or early December, or mid-December, one of the three. So, and the Time Savers Pack came out in January, late January, by the way. That added a chat wheel as well. Nobody likes the chat wheel. Everyone liked the emote wheel from Payback. Why didn't you bring that back? That was a bit odd. But yeah, the Time Savers Pack, utterly pointless. £4. Why would you buy that? Why on earth would you buy that? I could go down the road to a fucking cafe and I could buy 2 burgers. Why would you buy the Time Savers Pack? It's so dumb. Especially, you could go on YouTube, and I've mentioned him a few times, go and look on Godzilla's channel. He's got a full walkthrough of it. Just, you know, that's what I use to complete it. Yeah, it takes a little longer, but it saves you money, and you can get yourself 2 burgers. Granted, not now, because we've got to be inside. Please, stay inside. Don't be stupid and go outside and put everyone at risk, but whatever. There are no co-op drift races in the game, despite there being plenty in 2015. Do I need to explain that? No, I don't. Some cars handle too stiff regardless of how much steering sensitivity you have on. For example, the Aston Martin DB11. And I love the DB11, okay? Especially what they did with the Volante in the Black Market DLC. That KS body kit is absolutely amazing, and I love it. I love the Volante's body kit. But other than that, if it weren't for that body kit, if that body kit wasn't as cool as it is, then ooh, that wouldn't have been pretty good. But anyway, the Nissan, this is something that TJ pointed out to me the other day. Go check him out. He'll probably comment on this vid, I don't know. The Nissan GTR engine literally maxes out every car apart from its own. What? Come on. And again with the GTR, the Nissan GTR handles better than its Nismo counterpart, something that Black Panther discovered. They're the same fucking car, essentially. The Nismo's just better than the GTR. Why is the GTR worse? That makes no sense. How? The 65 Ford Mustang has no new customization. Actually has less, because in 2015 it had the Unicorn body kit, which everyone loves. And it doesn't have the Unicorn body kit. I haven't bought it purely for the reason, and TJ's proved this for me. There's not much customization on the Mustang. There's no point. But yeah, same as most from 2015 has no customization, despite it being a starter car. Let me just point out the history of starter cars. In Payback, we had the Buick. We had the Buick, the 2K, and we had another car. And they all had customization. The Golf, that definitely has customization. In 2015, you had the Fox body, the Civic, and the BRZ. They all had customization, except and in this game, the M3 Evo, I chose that as a decent amount of customization. Very subtle customization though. There's nothing crazy. The 180SX, I don't need to explain that. It's just amazing. One of the best customizations in the game. It's one of the most iconic cars from Need for Speed in the last few years. And then you've got the Mustang, which has basically no customization. Well, it has no new customization. You have like 2 different parts each. It's really not worth it. Don't choose this car. There's the 180SX and the M3 Evo. Both are better in almost every way because the Mustang is a muscle car, so it's stiff handling. The Polestar / cover car, the performance is shit. Do I need to go any further with that? The legacy body kits, Eddie Skyline, Rachel's 350Z, etc. aren't available on their stock counterparts, despite being wide body options in Underground and Underground 2. Mazda RX-7, it's an OP drift car, although this does make sense for real life. I mean, Fast and Furious, I mean, Ken Block, you know what I'm talking about. NFS is not a simulator, and there should be competitors. I have an OP Barracuda, and even that doesn't compare to some of my friends' RX-7 times. RX-7, adding, their scores, whatever. Yeah, scores, that's the word I've been looking for. Another thing here, I invited everybody to the event. One person joins, and that usually happens. Even when I'm playing with TJ, the most you ever get is 3 players in one race. Very rarely I've got 4 and 5. Very fucking rarely. The game is... And everyone just invites each other. Everyone just invites each other to the fucking resort circuit. And I hate that track now. I hate it so much because it's the only track that people do. And I didn't know why. And then TJ said to me the other day, oh, it's the easiest race you can do for the most money. That's how fucking dead the game is. People just want to do the quickest event possible just so they can get the most money. That's sad. That's fucking sad. And that's not even them being sad. That's the game being sad. I've got 5 minutes. I've got 7 minutes left of content, of footage here. So I might even have to record more once I'm done. The RSR can become even more OP if there is a Raptor engine put into it. Do I even need to go further with that? That's just stupid. You can't even edit tyre text on the Ferraris despite there being customization for them in the Crew too. There's no fucking excuse. Once again, the Crew proves Need for Speed wrong again. They were saying for years that they couldn't have any customization, and then once Rivals came out, the Crew came out in the same year, and the Crew had customization and Rivals didn't, and there was outrage. There should be outrage now. Ferraris had customization in 2015, and they've been removing them in this game. Like, they were literally in the game, and they've been removing them since the first patch. And then adding cars in general. Need for Speed keeps adding cars nobody asked for. Like, the majority of the Ferraris. I mean, I don't mind Ferraris, okay? I'm more of an Underground fanboy, but I'm not a biased, or completely biased Underground fanboy, at least not anymore. I was back in the day, but now I'm not. I understand why people like the Ferraris, you know, the hot pursuit part of the brand, you know, stuff like that. And I understand why the F1 is a big thing in Need for Speed, because it was a big thing in Hot Pursuit 2, which also had Palm City in it. Not enough, yeah, so where's the cars people have been asking for, Ghost, for years? The Mazda RX-8, the fucking Eclipse, hell, for the Hot Pursuit people, the Gallardo. Where's the Gallardo? It was in Rivals. That should be the easiest car you could add. The Gallardo was in Rivals. Anyway, not enough character development for Frank Mercer, who is supposed to be the main villain. Yet Shaw is given more screen time and is ultimately a much better character as a result. You got right. If you played Need for Speed Heat for every cutscene after the first few, you would honestly think Shaw was the main villain. Let's be real. Okay? Shaw's amazing in the game. Mercer doesn't have enough time to become truly hated. You know? Shaw shouting in your face and stuff like that. And money laundering. Honestly, he was perfect. They nailed Shaw. Need more backstory on the father of Anna and Lucas. He's mentioned so many times in this game. I know he's dead, but it would be nice for some backstory. Should have been more emphasis on Anna and the player beating the nighttime crews instead of the story changing direction almost completely after Anna uses her Papa's Camaro. It literally changes direction from beating nighttime crews to going undercover, screwing over the police or whatever. 2 years development for an incomplete game for the second game in a row. Same happened with Payback. Actually, it's arguably worse than Payback at this point. I'm not talking like quality-wise. This is definitely better than Payback. I'm talking content updates after the core game has been released. Payback had all drive and speed lists at this point. I mean, it didn't have all drive at launch and people were outraged at that, but they've done the exact same mistake with Heat, except swapped it around. So there's that. The Speed Hunter Showdown has next to no importance to the story. It's only used to get bank. Ultimately, it takes a back seat to the nighttime races. Actually, it takes a seat outside of the whole fucking arena completely. It's almost worthless, which brings me to my next point. After reaching rep level 50, nighttime holds no importance whatsoever, with people only playing if they're a YouTuber or are trying to beat the world record rep total to be shown on Need for Speed's official page. Is there more I need to say? Nah. Police driving around in day or night will sometimes purposely crash into an idle player with no heat level, starting a pursuit instantly even though it was their fault. That's stupid. It's dumb. I almost got busted the other day as a result. Police drive almost perfectly on all terrain. Do they switch tyres on the fly? We can't do that, nor should we be able to, but neither should the police. They should struggle off-road as well. The damage increase auxiliary is downright useless, as the damage bar is unbalanced anyways. Besides, the damage reduction auxiliary basically does both. Inability to find friends wraps easier on the community wraps tab. Snapshot Pro Mode has been fucking broken since launch. I've gotten so pissed with Snapshot Pro Mode. I do not fucking bother with it anymore. I don't take snapshots. I just screenshot from the PlayStation. I send them to TJ. And then I use the PlayStation app to take it out of PlayStation. And then I upload them on Instagram. Snapshot Pro Mode, I don't fucking use. I mean, I use it to edit the photos, but I never, like, actively take the snapshot. I just screenshot using the PlayStation share button. You know what I mean? Half the photos don't even load up on Snapshot Pro Mode. That's the issue. So you want to delete a few photos? Too fucking bad, because half of them will not load up. Insane corner cutting issues, especially on tracks such as Rare Bear. I battered TJ the other day because I've been watching Hippo for so long. I know all the perfect corners on Rare Bear. I battered him on it for that reason. Same with Aerion, and most recently Sway. That's a new event. That it was earlier on in the video. I think it was the first race. No, it was the second race I did with the Cayman. We had those. Or was it the Polestar? I think it was the Cayman. You know, the one with those jumps. those are massive corner cuts. I know that was there for a challenge in the Black Market DLC, but still. Every car in the game should have a forged engine swap of its own. For example, cars such as the R32 and the Infinity. Cars that sound amazing stock. The Polestar should have a super, elite, and ultimate version of its turbocharger slash supercharger hybrid. Handling still yanks you to the side if you turn then handbrake the other way straight away, just like 2015. How is the netcode still shit? Rivals has a better netcode, for fuck's sake, and you made it in 6 months. Or was it 5 months? Like, how does Rivals have a better netcode than 2015 Payback and Heat? I don't understand. There's only 5 types of racers: sprint, circuit, drift, off-road, and time trials. And on the topic of time trials become absolutely worthless eventually, as everyone gets an OP time, and if you don't beat your friend's time, you earn nothing from the event. 2015 had way more events: sprint, circuit, drag, time trials, time attacks, drift train, drift to track, tug, gymkhana, etc. That's almost double. If you take away time trials from Heat, which you should, because nobody does them anymore, because you can't, they're pointless, you don't get any money from them. 2015 has double the events Heat does. And I'm talking double the types of events. That's it. That's my list. 41 minutes. 41 minutes worth of just plain core issues. I'm not even talking mostly glitches, you know? Little glitches. Because there's 2 hours worth, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But 41 minutes. 41 minutes. No. No, Ghost. No, Criterion. Do not let this fucking happen again. This is why Need for Speed Heat is dead. Because there's no new content added in the game. There's actually less content in this game than there is in Payback in 2015. Actually, I think it's debatable with Payback. But at least Payback had drag races. Payback has more content. Has more to do, but Heat is the better game overall. But we should have speedless by now. And a lot of those problems shouldn't be a problem by now. How is the RSR still OP? I don't understand. Please switch the game engine as well. I mean, I don't understand why people, are saying that the game isn't dead. It is. LP Ripper, I respect you so much, okay? I love your content so much, but god damn, give it up. The game is gone. It's dead, bro. It's done. It is done. The only people still playing are people who love Need for Speed or love to customize cars. Because Need for Speed has the best customization of any game, quite frankly. But oh my god, there's so many issues, so much lack. There's such a lack of content. You know, I'm surprised Hippo managed to dumb it down to 10 minutes, to be honest. Because it's took me 43 minutes to air all my grievances with the game. I have so many issues with this game that it took me 41 minutes, or 39 if you count the intro, I guess, or somewhere around there. Over half an hour, almost an hour, to fit all of my issues that I could get off the top of my head. There's probably more that I've forgotten about. But my biggest issue with the game is how they had the gall to tell you that, you know, you're going to get these special edition cars collecting these collectibles, you know, the flamingos and the drift trials. And they were just cars from previous games. And they had no customization at that time. Like, why? Why is that a thing? And then the recent update, they just take the spoiler off the GT4 menu. It's not the GT4 anymore. I don't know who thought of that idea, because that is just so dumb. Literally, when you go to buy the GT4, in the picture at the bottom, you know how all the cars have the pictures, it still has the spoiler in that picture. So, if it has it there, then why did you take the spoiler out in the recent update? Like, I think that is just so dumb. That's the dumbest thing to come out of this game. Like, if you want to count pure... Actually, no, the dumbest thing is not having speed lists in and, you know, and all driving at the same time, you know. You did it in 2015. But then again, 2015 didn't have offline. It's like, why do you always miss one of the three? You know, if you had all three of those, the game would probably last pretty long towards the next game. The game is dead. It's April, and the game's dead. It's not even been out half a year. It's not even been out half a year. Like, that is just... It's utterly stupid. I don't know what to say about that. I just think that is just really, really dumb. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you liked it, hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. I'll try and come back for a stream late, at some point. I don't know when I'll be able to, but it will definitely be with TJ. Unless they announce an update, then of course I'll make a video there. Hopefully we do get one this month. I feel like we need to get one every month now. Like, if they do it every 2 months, it ain't gonna work. We got 4 more. Like, if we take it from the black market, little things that we found in the files, we have 4 more DLCs left to go, which will take us to the summer. Which for me is perfect, honestly, because that's when I'm going to buy Need for Speed Payback for the first time and do a playthrough of it on the channel. So, yeah, if they do that, that's perfect. If they do it every 2 months, I mean, the game's just going to be dead for a month in between, and then people are going to play for a week. You know, and I feel like, I said this to TJ a while ago, they need to do it every month. And then once August comes around, Speed Lists needs to be ready. It needs to be, because it doesn't just talk about what he is in the present. It doesn't just affect what he is in the present. It affects the future. You know, after the game has come and gone. You know, when we get the next game, everybody loves it when YouTubers and just normal players put it on their like Instagram story how they're playing old Need for Speed games, you know. I know developers that have loved it when people have gone back to play 2015 and called it an amazing game, and you know, people are gonna go back to Payback and, you know, call that a good game, a game that took a risk that didn't pay off, and you know, pay off that easy. I don't know, but people are gonna have no reason to come back to Heat, you know, because unless they want to do the single player story again, but on a co-op level, they'll come back for 1 day and then probably never come back to it for a few years again, for another few years. You need speed lists, otherwise people are just good and done with the people are already done with the game. The only people around now is the hardcore fan base and YouTubers. That's literally it, and that really, really sucks. Criterion, if you're watching this video, I know we got the quarantine right now, but I know you're still working on those updates, because you said it yourselves, or did EA, I don't know, but you're working from home, okay? Everyone's working from home, so what else are you going to work on? You're not going to work on bug fixes. The only real bug I've seen in this game is the rap editor, really, and the clipping, so I don't think you can fix the clipping. There's just no point in fixing the physics now. It's too late in the game's life cycle, so... And you can't just be working on the rap editor. You're surely working on the DLCs now, so... Hopefully something gets announced, hopefully you're still, you know, working hard on it, and hopefully you're working on speed lists, because you ain't said no! They didn't say no, guys! Nobody has ever said that speed lists aren't coming to Need for Speed, and they still looked at that document sent in by the fans, so... Hopefully Criterion take, you know, some credit from Ghost, or some things from Ghost, and listen to us, mostly. Hopefully they listen to us more, because they didn't listen to us, the majority of us. They listened to the majority of our ideas, but there's some key ideas they still didn't listen to. Otherwise we would have the Eclipse, we would have the Gallardo, and, you know, all the cars you would wish, other than the Supra, okay? That can't be helped. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment if you want. Hopefully, subscribe. Hopefully I can see some of you, not just in the comments, but in future live streams as well. And, yeah. Let me know if you're still playing the game. Let me know if you think the game's dead. I've stated every single reason that has contributed to why Need for Speed Heat is dead. And honestly, I don't think I need to make another video on this topic, you know. This is the one time I'm doing it. So yeah, for the final time, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Comment, share, and subscribe for more Need for Speed content. Because I ain't stopping Need for Speed. It gets me a whole lot of views. It does the best thing. It does the best on my channel, so I won't stop. But yeah, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe, stay inside. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace! By the way, guys, one more thing I really want to say. Before anyone comments, I know I didn't mention, you know, the vast amount of months that there wasn't any updates at all for Need for Speed Heat. Honestly, the reason I didn't mention that at all is because it goes without saying. Everybody knows what's happened in that department. It goes without saying. I just wanted to talk about the core things that they have completely and utterly failed to reciprocate on and, you know, improve on, you know. And there was a whole lot of stuff, but regardless, that's a cool rap for the Skyline. Go download it. I would very much appreciate that if you downloaded my rap, the Purple Skyline. But yeah, in terms of, you know, the really long months and a vast amount of months without an update. I think it was like 4 or 5 months, something like that. I don't know. I think it was like, yeah, 4 months, which is a long time for a video game. If that happens again in the next game, I'm gonna lose my shit. I really am gonna lose my shit. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's the real end of the video now. If you want to stick around and for future content, then of course, I would also appreciate it, and me and TJ would appreciate it if you joined the crew. It's called High Toxicity. We've got 20 members out of 32, and if you join, you automatically get awarded the rank of recruiter, so you can invite all your friends. Yeah, we would appreciate it if you join High Toxicity, and it also gives you more chance to join the you know, live streams. You know, join us in the live streams and do little races. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. For the final time, peace.